Nice to see the sun out there. Also, nice to see our friends in from Human Technologies. Nate, all right, Nathan, you got the microphone in front of you. Nathan, Linck in studio with us here, manager of marketing and communications with Human Technologies. Nate, great to have you back. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Thank you for having us back.
You're wearing shorts over there? It's sunny. Wow, I thought
it is absolutely beautiful. When I walked in, I kind of second-guessed the short-sleeve shirt, but it'll pay off.
No, you're on. You're on.
That warm.
I had it picked out this morning, but we came so early it was chilly. I changed my mind, but now I'm second-guessing. But sorry to cut you off, Nate. Just good to see you.
That's fine. It's good to see you all. Again, thank you for having us here. We always appreciate your support of our mission and the platform that you've offered us. So, thank you very much. Again, we've been here a handful of times. We've given the full overview of Human Technology.
Yeah, we've learned a lot. We've learned
who we are. So, for anyone who does want that full overview, you can visit our website, htcorp.net, htcorp.net, and you can do that deep dive. But to keep it short, Human Technologies is a social enterprise with a mission to create employment for people with disabilities, right? And we have 5 lines of business that support that mission. And today I'm joined by Sasha Congdon. Sasha is our manager of warehousing and logistics. And we're going to be talking about that today. So in some of the opportunities there. So Sasha.
Is that one of the 5 lines?
That's one of the 5. Yes, that is one of the 5
so
lines.
So that would
of
be
business.
Warehousing.
Warehousing and logistics, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And Sasha oversees, we'll go into that. Sasha oversees all of our value add operations. So under that falls embroidery, screen printing, heat sealing, all of our packaging and assembly operations. And within that, Sasha is the point of contact for both the customer and the vendor. Any of our commercial sewing operations, that falls under that. And Sasha also manages all of our internal processes for our federal logistics and procurement customers. Sasha and her amazing team of supervisors have about 40 employees that fall under their umbrella, the majority of which have a documented disability of some sort. And I'm going to let Sasha tell you about some of the job opportunities that we have that fall within that line of business. And how she and her team are able to set up a supportive work environment to make sure that employees coming in are successful from day one.
So these are the opportunities,
Awesome.
and also for those with disabilities, if they go to work there, how the different places they'll be working are supportive of their conditions and their circumstances.
Yes, right.
Yep.
Yep, correct.
Sounds like you do a lot, and you have a pretty good team. But you want to add to that, huh, Sasha? Sasha, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I feel incredibly grateful to be here to talk about Human Technology.
We're always interested in learning.
Yeah,
it really
it really is an
eye
incredible
opener for
company.
us. Yes.
I've had the pleasure of working there for the last 9 years, and it's been just incredible to watch the growth of all the employees that I've got to meet and oversee along the way.
Yeah, and just as Nate was mentioning, different areas, and I don't want to say just in this area, but it sounds like what you do encompasses quite a bit.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So like Nate said, I oversee first and foremost embroidery and screen printing operations. So we provide those services federally, state, and we compete locally.
Contract comes in,
well.
they need a product, and you produce it.
Yes, yeah. So with that, we we hire embroidery and screen print operators.
And where are those all that work done? Because the headquarters is here in Utica. Where are these locations where this is occurring?
So we are everything that I do is right at 2201 Dwyer Ave.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, so everything happens right there for what I oversee. So we have, again, we've got 2 screen print machines. We have tons of embroidery machines, and we're looking to expand in the very near future. So that's gonna open up some job opportunities for.
How many people are working there? Or I guess what's the current staff? Because you're going to talk about some opportunities, so those are obviously openings. But generally, how many people are doing this work?
So generally, in embroidery and screen print, we have about 10 people. And again, like Nate said, it's embroidery, screen printing, heat sealing. Then we also offer some sewing as well. Currently, we have 4 sewers, and that could expand in the future too.
Yeah.
Sasha, do you have people that come in that otherwise probably couldn't work?
Yeah.
And they would be unemployed or on disability or something.
Yeah. So
Then because of your supportive atmosphere, they're able to have a full-time,
absolutely.
productive job.
Yep.
And I'm
so-
assuming that not only does it benefit you financially, but they benefit financially, but also psychologically, because having a purpose and a place to go to work, I think probably helps them a lot.
Yeah, it really is incredible. You walk into HT, and it really is one of the most inclusive and diverse places that they can walk into. I think locally, it's incredible. And to your point, we're not only building work skills there, but building confidence as well. So that they're gaining skills in their jobs, but socially, they're gaining that confidence too to go out and to grow there too.
You're adding to this. You're producing something at the end of the day. You can see it's almost an added value in a sense to your workday.
Especially too with the customers that these guys get to provide services for. They get to see it. It's all over the world. We're doing stuff U.S. We're doing stuff overseas. They'll see some of their work that they do locally on the news. So it's really
somebody using or wearing one of their products. That's got to be cool.
I guess
When they're out.
just to understand it, I think I do, but I'm assuming that someone wants, like you have a shirt that says Human Technology.
Yes.
Some business or some government entity comes that we want these shirts to have this logo on them or this printed on them, and you do that. You don't make the shirt, but you get the shirt, and then you put whatever it is that they want on that shirt.
Yeah, so we have a team of purchasing agents. So anything and everything that you can think of that they may want, we'll bring it in-house, and we will sew it, embroider it, screen print it, heat seal it, whatever they're looking for. We work with them to get that done. And again, all the while creating this employment for people with disabilities. We offer many different supports for these folks coming in, whether it be, somebody struggles with their attention span. We're going to train them on multiple different tasks. That way they're not stuck doing the same thing over and over each day to help them increase their attention span. Somebody who may not be able to stand for long periods of time, we will work with them on creating an adaptive environment to help them succeed.
Now that was kind of touching upon what I was wondering about, because when you look at the term disabilities, that's so broad. It can involve a lot of more severe, more limited, like you said, more mentally to some extent. So what's the best way to summarize for people who are listening who might be disabled themselves, might have a family member that might be considering this? What are categories, or what's the best way to summarize what type of people with disabilities might be good for these types of opportunities?
So there's no bounds. Anybody and everybody. We really do work to create all different types of opportunities that give the chance for people of all abilities to come in and have something to do. So we have tasks that at all levels of skill set. Really from our packaging and assembly. We haven't really delved into that too much, but we crack and stack cardboard. So we have the ability for people to come in and sit to do some of these things. We have people folding cardboard trifolds. So somebody who can't stand, is going to be able to come in and do that.
Even in wheelchairs, if that's
absolutely, yep. So we've had multiple people in wheelchairs that have worked for us in different operations, including the folding. In one of our boots contracts, it allowed somebody to sit all day, so it was perfect for that individual. And again, if it doesn't work out, the person's hired in a position. If it doesn't work out, we have the ability to move them laterally as well. So somebody who comes into embroidery and screen print, that's really what they want to do. They start there. We're working. We might work with them for 6 months, trying to gain that skill set, but it's just not working out. So, all right, we're going to try you in a different area. At that point,
how would you say
production.
your workers are in terms of, I'll say, coming into work on time, getting there, coming every day?
Absolutely incredible.
Do you think it's better than the general work population?
Yes. Yeah, I would say absolutely. And Nate's correct. They do set the bar. I've worked at, many different organizations, and it is just incredible here. I have to force some people to use their PTO.
What's that?
I have to force people to use their vacation time.
Okay, vacation time.
Yeah, so
paid time off. I guess.
Yeah, I had a gentleman the other day he had built up 200 hours, and I had to push him to take 3 days off just to go take some time for himself. And I think that speaks volumes to HT and what we do there. The people really want to be there working.
You could stop by to have lunch on his days off.
The more, the more, and Sasha, the more I hear, folks talk about, I guess this setting that is provided really at Human Technologies. I think it would be, I think it would be a way to look at and trying to incorporate this to teach other businesses. Every business has a barrier, right? So what you're really doing here in this work setting, in this environment, is you're helping to eliminate some barrier for an individual that otherwise may not be able to perform. You remove this barrier, and they're doing the work just like anyone else, or better in many cases, I think, as maybe Mark pointed out. So any business could be facing these issues, right, these barriers. So you're just able to identify them, support those individuals, and then they're able to be productive. And I think, as you were pointing out, gives them a sense of pride as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really, really
You're
amazing.
pretty much self-supporting, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. 100% self-supporting.
100%. You don't get government grants. You don't get taxpayer dollars. You are
0.
100% self-supporting. So you generate the income by selling the product or the service that these
Sure.
people provide, and you make enough money to keep everything going.
And again, to that
See, that
point.
paradigm to me is phenomenal, because most of the time you hear these organizations that help people, but they have to have grants from every
Sure.
place in the world, and you don't.
They're not always sustainable, Mark.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's why we do so many different things. We have some things that are more profitable than others, right? Which allows us to create different opportunities that might not be as profitable. However, it allows us to bring in a diverse group of
balances
people.
out.
Right.
So are there specific for the openings that you have
Yeah.
for anyone that you'd be looking to hire?
Yes.
What specific jobs or positions are available? And I think one that specifically you wanted to highlight was the operations supervisor in production.
Yeah, so absolutely. So like I said, embroidery and screen print operators. In the near future, we should be hiring for those. So stay tuned. We also have production workers that work on a lot of our kitting, sewing, packaging, labeling, that type of work. But yes, so to your point, we have, due to increased volume over the last year or so, we have posted a new position that is an operations supervisor for production. So this person will report directly to me, and they will be overseeing anywhere from 10 to 12 people on a daily basis. And again, what we're looking from them is we want them there to support our folks, but also to help grow our business, help the efficiency in the flow. So they're going to be supervising and training our employees. They will oversee mostly our manufacturing department. So
What are the qualifications for that position?
Actually, I brought it in because we just wrote this up.
Because Mark may be asking. Who
Yeah,
knows?
so I had a feeling.
kidding.
So we're looking for somebody that potentially has an associate's degree in some type of manufacturing field, but also I really am looking for somebody that has experience with people with disabilities. And again, depending on your experience and skill set and what you bring to the table, there's always room for us to bring you on there.
Well,
So-
Sasha, you know what they say, right? That sounds like a good problem to have. The fact that you're growing, you're expanding, and you need to hire. them.
Now, just to clarify, in case I'm missing something here, but I know we've been talking about employing people with disabilities. For this particular duty, which is a supervisory position, is that still open to individuals with disabilities, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. We've had people that have come on with a disability before and have been promoted to a leadership role, a supervisor role. So, yes, please, anybody and everybody is welcome to
But you don't have to have
apply.
a disability, right?
You do not.
Anybody can
no,
apply for
anyone
that
can
position.
apply for this position.
But-
Yes. Yep.
Sasha, if you don't mind, hopefully, before we get to Nate again, and then we can get some more information or details, do you have a favorite line or the thing that you like to produce the most, or the thing that just is, all right, this is really cool. The other things maybe are pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah, sure. So I love working with our federal contracts. The things we get to bring in-house and just the nature of the business and what we're doing, the people we're supporting. Like I said, we're doing a lot of things for people in the States, but we're also doing things for people overseas as well. And it's just been really incredible to be a part of that, and especially for our folks that we're bringing in. It's not just any day type of work. It really is. It's cool stuff that they're a part of. So
Yeah. So they get this cool opportunity while, again, they feel like they're being a part of something that in other places or other cases they might not have the opportunity. So, Sasha, great,
that's
great job.
just an aspect of this that is especially when you on TikTok or social media, you see all these reels, and depending on your algorithms, you'll see things done with people with disabilities. And I think what that's been great for, and seeing those, even if I wasn't necessarily looking for it. You just randomly come across those videos. You see what people with disabilities, whether it's physically, mentally, the amazing things that they're really capable of that without seeing it, I wouldn't believe that they can do, especially if you're born with certain disabilities and just you have to adapt to it like anybody else. And that certainly means that those individuals have spent their life as a normal person under those disabilities like anybody else would who doesn't have them. So I think and you certainly can speak to this, that the maybe underestimating people with disabilities, what they're capable of, is something that society maybe struggles with at times. And then working in this environment and this type of human technologies really breaks those expectations and goes beyond them.
Yeah, no doubt. And I would ask any of those people who have those doubts to come to Human Technologies for a day and watch the work that these guys are doing, because it is quite incredible.
Or I would even say try maybe even to do some of the work that they're doing,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Sasha, again, great job. Nice to meet you. We'll put more information up there to find out more about Human Technologies and this job offer or opportunity.
And
So,
that the job Jace mentioned, the operations supervisor, is that a full-time job, and is that that's in the Utica
Full-time Utica
on Dwyer?
Yep,
Dwyer Ave?
right at the
Yeah.
Dwyer Ave location.
Okay.
yeah, Nate, how
Right
do
at
we
the corporate office.
how do we find out more? How do we apply and maybe just continue to keep our eye on opportunities for employment at Human Technologies? What's the best way to do that?
So always two ways to apply. First, foremost, www.htcorp.net/employment, htcorp.net. The second is we have a job kiosk right in our lobby at our corporate headquarters at 2201 Dwyer Avenue.
Nice.
So if you don't have access to a computer or you may just have difficulties, that's not your thing, come down. We will always have a support there. We're there Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you want, call before you come down. And we will make sure there's someone there to walk you through the whole application process. Again, from day one, we want to make this as easy for you as we possibly can and get you working.
That's nice.
And Rocco, I just want to touch back. You said, people are looking at everybody's disability and kind of doubting what's going on. I would ask that we start looking at people's abilities and stop looking at their disabilities. Just to see that transformation and to see when somebody actually realizes what their full potential is one of the most amazing things that I have ever seen, and I'm so honored to be part of that.
Yeah, and I'll just say this, maybe it's at a more extreme, higher level, but you see some of the things you would think that whether it's physically you don't have a limb or they're born a certain way,
Sure.
and the fact that they can do such amazing athletic things that blow your mind, and all I'm thinking is like, you people think I would never want to be like that, or I would never have to struggle with that, and then you just realize that's you and your self doubt.
Sure.
These people doubt nothing.
Sure.
They said I'm not going to let that stop me, and I'm going to go and do it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's good not only to have support of family members and friends, but also industries like yours that are supportive and recognizing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're certainly honored, and again, we appreciate it. As I pointed out, we've learned a lot. I think our listening audience has as well, to being able to open our eyes, our minds to this thought, this idea, and the work that you're doing that maybe a lot of folks in our area certainly weren't aware of those opportunities. So really great, Nate. And again, folks want to find out more, not only about employment opportunities, but as you mentioned at the beginning, maybe some of the background, the overview of what Human Technologies does. This is just a portion of it as well that we touched on today, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have hopefully more to come. And again, Jay, I'd like to thank you, Rocco and Mark, for giving us this platform to talk about this, and really, again, being such a champion of our mission and what we do.
Yeah, I'd love to come down and check it out.
Please do.
Yeah,
please do. And for anybody who would like to come down and actually see what this looks like, because we can talk about Human Technologies in several different ways. The best to actually see it, that's when you get it.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing thing.
I can't imagine. htcorp.net, right,
Yep,
Nate?
that's right.
htcorp.net. You want to find out more about employment opportunities, or again, just learn more about Human Technologies, or as Nate said, stop down in person, their headquarters, 2101 Dwyer Ave in Utica. Nate, Sasha, thank you both. Great to see you. Hopefully it's short season next time you do come in. All right, we don't have to,
And
we don't have to question it.
we'll see you in a month, right?
We don't have to question
Yes,
it.
we'll see you in a month. I will wear my Bermuda shorts.